Shabbat Shalom. At least there isn't a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah tomorrow, so at least we have an intimate setting without all of the choir seats and all the rest over there, which makes it look very small. Tonight it looks as though we packed the shul, which is a great occasion. And we're going to start the service on page 75, and we're going to start it with a special occasion because it's Greta Plax's a very special birthday, and I'm amazed she looks very well for the number you told me. I can't believe that. But she's brought with her a congregation, which is the greatest thing you've done on your birthday. Which is quite, so I would like, let's have the family up here at the same time.
You want them to be counted?
They want them to be counted, and I think so. Come on, Penny. We've moved on. We allow surrogates nowadays. That's right. That's right. And so, on page 75, can you read this? Or are we, okay, will you please rise? Yes.
You shall call the Sabbath a delight. These lights we kindle are a symbol of joy. May their brightness lift our spirits and fill our hearts with happiness and peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'zkutai v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And so, tonight as I've come to shul tonight, I thought of the times that we'd spent together in all exotic places on shul tours with you and your dear husband, and it brought back those happy memories of all those good times. And I know you had many good times in your life, and I hope with your family around you, you can also continue. We still travel, and you can still for many years to come have those good times. And so tonight we thank God for the blessing of life and all that enriches our lives. And so we gather tonight, and it's good to see you gathered with your surrogate family as well as your family, in special thankfulness to share in Greta your happiness. And we pray that God will be with you and always the joy of your life. And may you be blessed with health and happiness, and with the strength to overcome the occasional sickness and sorrow. And we hope that we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by respect and by friendship. And then our lives will be filled with the abundance of blessing. And may your family continue, and your surrogates, may they continue to be your greatest joy and the light of your life.
Thank you.
And let's say first the blessing of happy occasions, Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu. And those ancient words of blessing, Yevarechach Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha. Shalom. Amen and Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov to you. Thank you. May you have many more simcha. Please sit down. And let's read together at the bottom of the page. The Sabbath has descended to enfold us in its mantle of peace. It brings to us the precious gift of time to embrace family and friends, to reflect more deeply on the meaning and purpose of our lives, and to worship in the beauty of holiness. May our Sabbaths always be sanctuaries of love and devotion, bringing contentment to our hearts, happiness to our homes, and blessing to our people. Shalom Lechem, Malachei Hashareh, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch. Bachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Bachonei l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Eternal One reigns, let the earth rejoice. Clouds and darkness surround you. Your lightnings illumine the world. Mountains melt like wax before you, O God. The heavens proclaim your righteousness. Zion hears and is glad, for you are supreme over all the earth. Light dawns for the righteous. Let the righteous rejoice in you. Nefesh avarachama, meshoch avdecha eretzonecha, yaros avdecha kamo ahaya, yishtachave el mulchadarecha, yerav lo yedidotecha, minofetzu v'chol ta'am. Galeina, ufros chavivi alai, et sukkot eremon. Eretz michtovecha, nahagila v'nismecha bach, maher achuv kiva moed, b'chaneinu. Let's turn to Lachado D then on page 91. Page 91. Lachado D likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lachado D likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zracho, b'nei borechad ishmi'anu, elam yuchad Adonai echad, u'shamo echad l'shem u'tiferet, v'le'tila, l'chad odi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat, lecha b'nei lecha ki meko, habaracha merosh mikerem nesucha, tov maseh b'machashava tehila, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, etorori kiva ore, komi ori, shedaberi kavod Adonai, alayich ligla, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, oi v'shalom, ateret ba'ala gam b'simcha, u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula, boi kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, Bein Shabbat nekabela, lecha lecha dodi likrat kala. Bein Shabbat nekabela. Please rise. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Adonai hamavorach. Leolam void. Praise the one to whom our praise is due. Please sit down. And we read together, we praise you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gate, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness, and darkness from light. You make day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You rule the hosts of heaven. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall. Havat olam, Beit Israel, Amecha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, u'kimu mishpatim, okanu lemadata, otelu lemadata. Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbenu, v'kumeinu nasiach b'chokecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, u'va'em yereh yomam v'layla, negeh yomam v'layla. Yahavatcha al tasur, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol ma'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Elohim tzavach hayom al levavecha. V'shinaltam levanecha v'dibarat bam. V'shivtecha b'beitecha v'lechtecha b'derech v'shoftecha v'krumecha. V'shartam la'ot al yadecha. V'hayu letotafot bein einech. V'taftam al mezuzot beitech. L'man tismeru ma'asitem v'kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim Elohechem. Amin. Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etem be'eretz Mitzrayim, li'ot lachem Elohim. Amin. Adonai Elohechem. Please sit down. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, eternal one, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together. Mocha bolim Adonai, mikamocha nedaba kodesh nora, tehilot osefele, Adonai imlo, leolam boe. And it has been said, the Eternal One has delivered to Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. And together, grant, Eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. We praise you, O God. May your sheltering peace descend on us and all who dwell on it. Please rise. Adonai, Savatai tiftachu fi agid tehilatecha. Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka. Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el agadol ha'gibor v'hanora, El Elyon. Gomel chasadim tovim, v'konei hakol. V'zocher chasdei avot ve'imahot. מביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי מתים אתה הרב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא עולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע. ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה. You are holy, awesome is your name. We have no God but you. Praise you, eternal one, the holy. Peace. And together, we thank you, O God, for this Sabbath, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you are near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you come its greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that shall be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts the sense of your presence and bring us peace. Uba malchutcha, yismechu b'malchutcha, shomerei Shabbat v'korei onik, amekadshei shavi'i, amekadshei shavi'i, kulam yisberu v'yitanegu mitovecha, והשבי רצית בו וקידשתו, והשבי רצית בו וקידשתו, עמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה, מעשה ורשע. Together, our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Rasei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amacha Yisrael, utefilatam bi'ahava tekabel, utehil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha, baruch ata Adonai, she'otecha levadecha, bi'ira na'avod. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu li'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu magen yishenu, atahu ledor vador. Nodeh lecha u'nesaper tehilatecha, al chayenu hamesorim biyadecha, va'al nishmotenu hapekudot lach, va'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, va'al niflotecha, v'tovotecha, shebachol eit erev v'avoker, tzorai. Baruch atah Adonai, atov shimcha, u'lecha na'er. Umrav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom rav al Yisrael amcha, dalim leolam. Yatahu melech adon, lechol shalom. Ki yatahu melech adon, lechol shalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tov benecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, bechol ein ubechol sha'ah Yisroecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tazim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tazim leolam. Tazim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, osei hashalom. Shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol bnei Adam. Last month, Sharon and I had an enjoyable Shabbat morning, dressing up in pre-war garb. It was the 80th anniversary of the dedication of the building where we were worshipping, number 1 Prentice Road, Streatham, the home of South London Liberal Synagogue. And its current rabbi, Nathan Godliman, and President Louise Friedman came up with the idea of marking the event by asking people to come dressed as if coming to the service in May 1939. And many members obliged and seemed to have fun. Some had been to retro clothing shops, and others had retrieved long abandoned bowler hats. And Sharon looked the part in her mother's hat and grandmother's lace collar. I had no problem, as most of my clothes go back to that era. Though they were not on show, because I dug out an old black minister's gown, a pre-war couple, and wore my BSc hood given me on my ordination by this synagogue. Actually, my gown was not the one given me as part of the same kit in 1970, but the one belonging to the late Rabbi Sidney Brichto, and given me by Catherine after Sidney's sad death. I'm not sure when I last wore a gown for services in this synagogue. I think it stopped when the casual American Frank Dabber Smith arrived, maybe. Rabbi Godleman wore a gown once owned by the late Rabbi Simon Francis, another dear friend who died young. And you can see pictures of this wonderful gathering on the Liberal Judaism and I think even on our own website. We were going to use Dr. Mattock's black-covered liturgy, but it proved a bit difficult, though we did lustily sing All the World Should Come to Serve Thee and Adon Olam in English. And I still wonder why it's okay for liberal Jews to read prayers in English, but it's totally treif to sing in English. It doesn't make any sense. Remember them, why art thou cast down, my soul? Out of the depths, the Lord is my shepherd of blessed memory. Though it seems that new musical tradition does allow us to sing Sweet Mother alongside 1,000 lies, although I'm not sure if lie counts as English or Hebrew. Dressing up, I recalled that going last year in the Czech Republic and taking a group to Brandis nad Labem, where, by the way, I saw the exhibition we now have in Isorio Hall in the synagogue. I saw it in the synagogue there, and so began the process of bringing it over here. But to my astonishment, when we got near the center of the town towards the castle, I found hundreds of locals and visitors were walking about in period dress. I'm not sure what the period was, but mostly it seemed late 19th century. Civilian ladies in flowing robes, and old men in generals or admirals' outfits with mock medals gleaming, although, again, I'm not sure if the Czechs ever had a navy for admirals to dress up in, I don't know. It turned out to be the last Emperor Charles, Charles the something or others. It was his birthday, and there's an annual celebration. But it made the castle seem extra special, and wandering around, it seemed like you were in a film set. How we love dressing up. And this last week, and I suspect at this very moment, reenactments in scenarios are being played out in Portsmouth and along Normandy beaches. A dwindling few authentic old soldiers with authentic medals proudly displayed, present-day military bands and personnel in all their finery, and leaders of various states, including Germany, in their sober best dress. I suppose armies of all ages have enjoyed dressing up, sometimes to their own hurt. Do you remember bright redcoats were an easy target for enemy musketmen? But it's not difficult to be impressed by a line of grenadier guards in their tall bearskin hats. Armies dressing up, I suppose, to inspire awe or admiration, or maybe as a recruiting ploy, but also to engender pride and give an important occasion due dignity and grandeur. I'm not sure who wrote the script for the Portsmouth event, or did the readers choose their own reading? Mrs. May was reading the last letter of a British soldier. President Macron, a scribbled letter from a 16-year-old resistance fighter about to be executed. And Mr. Trump, the words of a former president, with a sort of religious message about the heroism needed in the battle ahead. I looked at this and I find it impossible to think of our 19-year-old grandson wading out of one of those landing boats, immediately up to his waist in cold water, before the rain of enemy bullets sought him out. Or a 16-year-old granddaughter working for the resistance. Or me, a grandfather or a father, receiving such a letter and later reacting to the fact that it would be the last one. It's amazing that the soldiers fought on, walked forward. It's amazing that after it was all over, a whole nation survived its grief, but it did, sort of. Last Friday night, I celebrated Shabbat in the great synagogue in Pilsen in the Czech Republic. I was privileged to be at the conference of our German Reform movement, taking place in nearby Karlovy Vary, Karlsbad as it was called in German days. There we were, over 400 Jews filling that vast synagogue, maybe for the first time since 1939. Around me, there were German Jews and Russian German Jews, a couple of dozen Czechs and maybe a handful of other nationalities, including 4 or 5 English or Americans, including me and Rabbi Leah's husband, Josh. In a way, we were play acting, but we were replacements for the congregation that was murdered in the war that D-Day began bringing to an end. Sad if you stop to think of who should have been sitting there. Yet also it was optimistic that the synagogue was filled with genuine, enthusiastic and emotional Jewish prayer and song. And the sermon was delivered by a Czech student, Rabbi David Maxa, who some of you will recall had spent Hanukkah with us here in Northwood. David, who played a prominent role in the conference, and actually together with Rabbi Leah, David is a great hope for the future of Czech progressive Jewry. And it is increasingly becoming apparent, Czech Jewry itself. Let's be honest, Czech Jews, the Jewish congregation of Pilsen, will never fill that synagogue. But all is not now lost. Judaism, as I witnessed, is very much alive in Germany and the Czech Republic, and will grow. Let us hope that the dressing up and pageantry in memory of the past wars that have divided and massacred the young and old of all European countries, will help promote understanding and belief that it really must never happen again. The brief moments of celebrating commemoration that is happening now in the 75th anniversary of the beginning of the liberation of Europe from the Nazi tyranny should make us seek harmony, not misunderstanding. And whatever happens with Brexit, may our grandchildren never face being asked to actively fight in a war again. As Yehuda Amichai so brilliantly extended Isaiah's words, don't stop after beating swords into plowshares. Don't stop. Go on beating and make musical instruments out of them. Whoever wants to make war again will have to turn them into plowshares first. Amen. But now we turn to the Aleinu on page 520, page 520. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, להאור עלינו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשה וקרוב בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת זו begave meromim, hu Eloheinu einu, emet malkeinu efesulato, kakatuv b'torato, yadata hayom vashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, בשמיים עמה, ועל הארץ מתחתנו. Trusting you, eternal God, we hope soon to behold the glory of your might, when false gods will vanish from our hearts and idolatry cease forever. Help us to perfect the world by bringing it under your unchallenged rule. When all invoke your name, relinquish evil, and turn to you alone. May all who dwell on earth come to know that to you every knee must bend, every tongue swear loyalty. Before you let them humble themselves, at your glorious name let them give honor. Let all submit to your sovereign rule. May that time come soon and last forever, for ultimate sovereignty is yours. To all eternity you will reign in glory, as it is written, the Eternal One shall reign forever. And it has been said, the Eternal God shall rule over all the earth. On that day the Eternal God shall be one, and known to be one. Creator of the universe, you give us life in which joys and sorrows are commingled in accordance with your wisdom. And you send death with its promise of eternal peace. Teach us to accept humbly and courageously whatever burden is laid upon us. And on this Shabbat, on the occasion of their yahrzeits, we make mention of the names of Andrew Grossman, the brother of Nigel Grossman, of Betty Kettner and Heinz Kettner, the mother and father of Carol Woodcock and father-in-law of Michael, of Harold Vanner, the father of Howard Vanner, of Samuel Dralish, the father of Gillian Ter Hovnessian, of Senta Wegg, the mother of Walter Wegg, and of Valerie Lee, the mother of Ma. May God comfort all those who mourn, and let the light of faith illumine the darkness of their sorrow with the hope of immortality. Strengthen us at all times with an unfailing trust in your providence. As we say, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrachil v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yom echon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kari v'imeru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach leolam olameya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitrumam v'yitnasei. V'tada v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei l'kudusha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Gamiran bi'alama v'imeru amen. Yehi shalom Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Osei shalom bimrumav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol b'nei Adam, imeru, amen. May great peace descend from heaven, and abundant life be granted to us and all Israel. And let us say, amen. Please sit down. In a moment we'll conclude with Adon Olam, but just one or two notices that tomorrow, Erev Shavuot, there is a service starting at 8 o'clock, during which there will be some study period, but perhaps more interesting, there is also cheese and wine to keep us going. And amongst the thing, the wine tasting is to actually choose a new Kiddush wine for the coming year. On Saturday, the 8th of June, a certain Nelly Ben-Or is talking, I think, this time to to the Cheder classes, but also to their parents and I'm sure many others who never tire of hearing your story now. The annual general meeting on the 4th of July, in which we're pleased that Mari van der Zyl, the President of the Board of Deputies, will be the main speaker. I can also tell you that in a month's time I've announced to the erstwhile Czech committee that I'm putting on something special on that night. I think it'll be special because having gone to this conference, while in Czech Republic I couldn't stop another visit to Kolín. And when I went to see, there was a new exhibition which was quite superb in the synagogue. In fact, there were 3 new exhibitions in the synagogue. One about the history of Polish Jews, borrowed from a Polish institution. I mean, it's amazing. So they're not just interested in their own story, but also now beginning to think about Jews around the world. There was a photo exhibition up in the gallery, and then this exhibition about the Stolperstein with research about each of the families mentioned by the names on the Stolperstein. Quite incredible, with many references to members of this synagogue who sponsored those stones. So it's really quite, and so I'm going to show this exhibition, or part of the exhibition, on the first Friday of next month. A lot going on in Kolín. It is really quite rewarding because I suddenly found that in front of all the Jewish places there are now display stands this high, metal ones, so identifying the buildings and the non-Jewish ones as well. But I mean, it's just incredible to see this happens. You walk around the street, you know exactly what's going on there. It's really quite. And this coming week, Murray Greenfield, the husband of the late Hannah Greenfield, is being honoured by the town with a special ceremony. So it just sort of carries on, and Jane will be there in August, and the exhibition will still be on, and our KT class will be there in October, and again the exhibition will still be on there. So rather great. And looking at these notices, there's a very special picture at the bottom, which reminds me that our table tennis Tuesday afternoons is getting more popular, and we had a dozen people plus the coaches there this week, and so in a fortnight's time, it's every other week. There is table tennis here on a Tuesday afternoon of all standards, so you're very welcome. Adon Olam I announced, I think, page 525 if you don't have it, Adon Olam. Hashem Allah, B'terem kol yitzin ivra, li'et nasa, v'chetzo kol, asay melech shemo nikra, ve'acharei kichlot hakol, levado yimloch nora, behu haya, behu hove, leho tafkid ruchi ve'eti shan ve'alira beli ruhi keviati Adonai live Elohira. You can't beat the good old ones, can you? Yeah, I thought you were doing. Misha Shekenet Shemo Babayit Hazeh. Yashkin Benenu. Ahava ve'achava v'shalom v're'ut. May the one whose presence dwells in this house cause love and harmony, peace and friendship to dwell among us. Amen. Shabbat shalom.